Hi, my name is Darian Leonard, and I'm doing my presentation on Edward Villella. So my thesis is, Edward Villella would gain skills from his years working with choreographer George Balanchine that would eventually lead to a successful career as a dancer and an educator in the ballet world. How did Villella's personal discipline and passion for ballet help him absorb the intense training of Balanchine? And how did he utilize the inspiration he received from Balanchine in his own teaching style? Early life and training. He was born October 1st in Bayside, New York in 1936. He was then raised in Queens by his mother and father, along with his younger sister. At the age of 10, he began dancing at the School of American Ballet. After crashing his sister's ballet class, he was jumping around in the back of the class, and the ballet instructor told his mother to put him in tights and prop him up at the bar. And that's exactly how it all started. He then went to the High School of Performing Arts. And then once he graduated high school, he went to the New York Maritime Academy, where he received a marine science degree in 1957. He lettered in baseball, and he was also a championship boxer. He was very athletic at a young age. So that would help him in the future because Balanchine's style is high intense speeds, deep plies, and extending lines. So he began at the New York City Ballet working with Balanchine in 1957. Balanchine really emphasized on his dancers that they needed to reach throughout their lines and really test their bodies and bring themselves to the unnatural positions. George Balanchine would say that ballet dancers make the unnatural natural. When Balanchine went to start choreographing Apollo, he looked at Edward Villella and he said, "Go off and learn the part." So that's exactly what he did. Edward Villella went off, he learned the part, he came back and he showed Balanchine what he had been doing. Balanchine responded with, "No, that is not it." Where Edward Villella would respond, "Well, but those are the steps and the counts." George Balanchine said, "But there is no poetry in your gesture." And the 60-year-old man then got up and danced it himself, showing that there is more to the choreography than just the steps and counts, that he as a dancer needed to go and speak through the choreography. They needed to emphasize quality, not just technique. Technique is something that will stay with you, but characterism and quality of movement is something that is natural and gained. Now, then there was Prodigal Son, one of Edward Villella's most popular principal roles. Here's a video from an interview about working with Balanchine. So as he was saying, he listened to Balanchine, and with just a few words, he could illuminate the situation or not. He was very good at being able to absorb a character, understand a character in order to portray them. This ability, like he said, was natural, instinctive, that he was able to do that at a young age. But Balanchine really helped him heighten his sense of research for a role. Those important conversations that him and Balanchine shared would really help build him as a character dancer. People would come to the New York City Ballet, yes, to see Balanchine's impressive choreography, but to see Edward Villella and his intensity of the movement. He was so athletic, and also how he could portray a character fully, not just physically. So after he went to go teach, he went to the Miami Ballet, City Ballet. He was there from 1986 to 2012. And one of the things he did bring along and wanted to teach his dancers from Balanchine is character first. When he teaches a class, he says that he doesn't correct a lot of technique, that technique is something that will come naturally through taking the classes, that he really wants to nurture a dancer's ability to portray a character and internalize the choreography. He also wanted better treatment of dancers. He treated his dancers, no matter whether they were principal or in the corps, he wanted it to be a family. He would get to know the dancers. They were very close. He wanted to make sure that everyone was intimate with each other, that they had that connection, they could work as a team. Edward Villella said, a dancer's entire attitude changes if given a few logical, practical ideas that they can trust. And now they feel that they can understand how to make a role. He had a really impressive career as well as he was an impressive dancer. He danced for a multitude of presidents. He danced for Kennedy, Johnson, Nixon, and Ford. There's a picture with him dancing with Betty Ford. She actually studied modern dance before she became the first lady. He was also the first American male dancer to dance with the Royal Danish Ballet. He was also the only American asked for an encore at the Bolshoi Theater in Moscow, and this was during the Cold War. He was then elected into the National Museum Dance Hall of Fame, and he was awarded the National Medal of Arts by President Bill Clinton. Here are my sources. If you have any questions, I would love to answer them. Thank you so much for seeing my presentation.